Hey everyone, this is Kevin Shriver from Downtown Pittsburgh Dogs. Hope you all are doing very well. Thanks as always for watching. I want to talk to you today about a question and comment that I get from clients that is something that's changing rapidly, but it's important that all of us understand what we can provide to our dog versus what's available in the marketplace. And this is the concept of pet nutrition and the topic of pet nutrition. What do I feed my dog? A lot of people ask me that question directly. What do I feed my dog? A lot of people say, my vet says this, the television says this, the documentary on Netflix says this, my aunt does this. What should I do? Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's out there currently. What are some current topics to think about just from my perspective and my experience? Again, I am not a certified pet nutritionist. However, I've talked to individuals and experts on this, and I've got some experience from this, so I want to just relay that experience to you. The biggest trend that's going on right now in the pet industry is a shift away from just generic, mass-produced, cornmeal-based nutrition or dog food to the more natural stuff, right? All natural, all everything, good for your dog, nature's bounty, whatever you want to call it. It's got natural and dogs' ears flapping in the wind on the front of the bag there. The big push from this natural push is to get dogs back to this raw diet, or a diet that wolves would eat in the wild. In that wolves would catch a rabbit, they would eat it and eat everything right then and there. They'd eat bones, intestines, skin, fur, everything, and just eat it and dissolve it and get it all out of their system. So it's a little bit nasty if you watch an animal in the wild eat wild game. So a lot of people aren't expecting their dog to go that far, obviously, but they're trying to get a little bit less than that in terms of a natural diet. The biggest fad and the biggest shift away is from the cornmeal-based foods. If you just get kind of a generic, very cheap, low-cost food or mass-produced food, that'll have cornmeal or some type of cornmeal product as the number one product on there. The natural foods generally shy away from the cornmeal, and they will have the protein-based ingredients at the top of the list, and they will claim that that is natural. Obviously, the pet food industry is not regulated by any governing body. I don't think personally that we should have a government agency or another agency in federal government to tell us what to do. We should all be talking to each other and listening to individuals that have experience and talking to professionals about what works well, and communicate if dogs are getting sick or if something's going on. Obviously, we can't prevent dogs from ever getting sick from food again. Even if they eat a super raw diet and catch a rabbit and eat it themselves, their poop's going to change and their body's going to change and all that stuff. So we can't prevent a dog from ever getting sick again, right? If they get an animal that has rabies or some type of disease, guess what? They're eating a raw diet, but they're going to become sick if they eat a diseased animal. So we can't prevent everything 100%. The other thing to remind yourself is dogs actually do have the ability to digest a lot of food, even more so than humans. And people that are very concerned about dogs and their nutrition, yes, it's important if we can work to feed them a raw diet. However, dogs will be able to digest a lot of things. When dogs were first connected to humans and attempting to be involved with humans in their world, dogs were actually just wild wolves that roamed around. This is just a theory. That roamed around, and then as humans stopped becoming hunter-gatherers and they started maintaining locations and staying in one spot, typically moved to a more agricultural-based system and lifestyle. When humans stay in one spot, we generate a lot of garbage and a lot of trash, and we have a lot of leftovers. And what happened is the most timid wolves would come up, start picking up some of that trash. Over a period of time, wolves would become more timid. They realized that they could stay with the humans and have this symbiotic relationship. and the humans could say, hey, these dogs are kind of cool, they protect us, they scare away the aggressive wolves, here's some food. And so boom, you got the cycle of dogs, and now you have animals, humans and dogs, coinciding, two different species. Well, that worked for a very, very long time, and in the past 20 years, past 10 years, past 5 years, it's now turned into, we can't feed our dog anything because it needs to be this, this, and this. A lot of that is marketing to you, so again, get experience from others. The other thing to be conscious of is managing your own personal budget. A lot of the raw diets today are very expensive. I've talked to people, and I've actually looked at it for myself, for our family, for what it could take for our 3 large dogs, and we priced out feeding them all natural food for all 3 of them, and it came out to be about $1,000 a month that we would have to pay to feed them the appropriate amount for themselves. Guess what? $1,000 a month is not a small thing. Well, you have to look at your budget, right? If you're going to go broke feeding your dog, I would not suggest doing that. If you're going to go broke feeding your dog the cheapest stuff, you probably shouldn't own a dog. So just take care of your dog, obviously, whatever you're trying to do. Make sure that you are consulting a veterinarian and consulting other individuals who have healthy dogs and have long lifestyles with dogs. It's pretty simple. Feed the dog a generally healthy, protein-based food and diet. Give them a lot of exercise, and don't let them eat trash and processed food off the ground, and they will probably live a nice, long, and healthy life. And if you can do that, you can enjoy your animal for a long time. If you have any questions or comments on this very deep subject, obviously we couldn't go into very much here, but those are my thoughts on feeding your dog. Don't go crazy with it. If you can afford it and you want to and you understand it, obviously do it. But if you have any experiences with any specific food, whether good or bad, and you'd like to share that with the community, leave it here in the comments below, and that would be great for everybody to hear. Thanks as always for watching. This is Kevin Shriver from Downtown Pittsburgh Dogs. Have a great rest of the day.